After the initial assault by the fighters in my previous combat review, the fighters are faced with the difficult challenge of defending their newly captured positions. The destruction of the trenches and the constant shelling makes them difficult and dangerous to navigate. Fighters are required to sustain themselves for multiple days with minimal supplies while waiting to be rotated out, all while repelling enemy advances. If you enjoy this content and the English dubbing, make sure you're following or subscribed and feeding the algorithm.
Go, go, pick up the pace. Hurry to the trench. They can be seen from there. Move. Repeat. One group cleared out, cleared out.
You can see as they're moving through here how it could be really easy to get confused or disoriented and kind of go in the direction that you don't want to be moving. The good thing is everything behind them is, safe relatively. That's the direction that they came from, and they're moving towards the enemy. So I guess maybe there is no wrong direction here. But they would have had some type of brief, some type of map overlays, some drone footage, or even key terrain out there that they could key in on and look at to make sure that they're actually going the right direction, since everything does kind of look the same. And at the end of the day, really the person behind the person in front of them is just following that person, kind of hoping that they're going in the right direction and heading towards the trench that they're supposed to be moving towards.
Faster, faster. Ammo red, ammo red. Captured enemy radio. Poet, Group 7, we're in the trench.
So you heard him say ammo red, and that's just to indicate the amount of ammo that they have left. And it's always safe to err on the side of caution when you're making these, saying these things over the radio, because then whoever's listening to you, command, can start getting those, resupplying you, or get that in motion, get that prepared and ready to move. And then also indicates to the other soldiers around, if somebody's yelling that ammo is red, then everybody needs to start conserving their ammo and paying attention, close attention, to how many rounds that they're actually firing. They also seem to have recovered an enemy radio, which is obviously beneficial because now they're going to get an opportunity to hopefully mitigate any information that the enemy or the Russians may be passing to one another so that they can make an adjustment.
Santa's group in the trench. How was it received? Is everyone gathered? Group, are you there? Okay. Stretch out. Stretch out to C2. Further. Further.
It doesn't really matter how in shape you are. It's going to be exhausting moving a great distance over, sticks, logs, going underneath things, terrain that's uneven, carrying all this extra equipment. And so when you make a movement like that, there's going to be a need for everyone to kind of take a few seconds, take a breath, collect themselves before we start making more decisions. And we want to make sure that we're maintaining the ability to continue momentum.
Can we advance from the top? Come on, Santa. Damn it. In short, guys, let's go through the top. Come on, come on. Colden, your spot. C12, C12. Morgan, vest on the line. Morgan here. Morgan, look. Take the straight and designated a fighter to meet us. We need to process a Russian plus received. Look carefully so there's no pretext. This is the first, and so he doesn't blow you up there. There's a Russian who came to us by himself. He's the 300, said he's surrendering.
300 is the terminology that they use to mean injury or casualty. So I guess they're saying that the captured Russian is injured.
One who was shouting just now? I don't know. Yeah, he shouted Blitz. He's my fighter. He shouted Vest. I come, and there's a Russian. Watch the sectors. This could be a setup. Understand? We're about to be distracted, and they'll creep up. So listen, watch. And what about the eyes above us? I just asked. They said they're ours.
When they talk about eyes above us, or sometimes you'll hear on the radio command that's controlling them say, we have the eyes or we can see, and they're just saying that we have a drone in the air that's able to see everything that they can't see on the ground, and we have the eyes basically saying that we're looking for you.
My name is Iya. I'm from Chelyabinsk. Do you love Ukraine? Yes. Greatly? Yes. Good guy. Did you just understand this? I understood a long time ago. Do you have relatives in Ukraine? Yes, I have. Damn.
I want to know what you guys think of that. You know, if you're captured by the enemy, right, in war, and they're asking you these questions, do you really have a choice other than to say what they probably want to hear? And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to say that that's propaganda or whatever. I just am going to remain objective on most of these things and just give you my opinion, but I'm curious to know what your thoughts and feelings are about that. Put that in the comment section.
What did they say? Heard anything? Let's start. Is that a Russian radio? Yeah. Damn. Stunned. Damn it, work. Reinforcements have arrived there. Came straight? Seems so. Towards them there. Damn it, that's bad. That's all here. Secure? Yeah. Spanish. Take it. Russians on the radio are calling for a tank. What about a tank? How is it received? There's an embrasure. There's an embrasure. Shot. Good.
So it's hard to tell. I mean, the camera angles can be, you know, deceiving, and just something to look out for. And most people have seen this and call it out, and that the Ukrainians or whoever they're viewing isn't actually shooting at anything, and they're shooting into the air. And sometimes they actually kind of are shooting into the air because the angle in which their muzzle is leaving the trench, it just doesn't quite add up to being able to hit somebody that's even standing at any level out that direction. But even if they're not in being sent in a direction in which it will actually hit a person, these rounds that are hitting above the trees and are ricocheting off things and are even in your space are still going to cause you to want to kind of get low and get down. They're just not going to be effective in you know, taking out the enemy. So just something to pay attention to if you see that. The ones that are kind of going up into the air more or less, that are still going and hitting the trees above where the enemy could be, they're still effective for suppressive fire reasons, because people aren't going to want to stick their heads out while that's happening.
They're cover well, I hear. We'll need to shoot properly. The Russians are trying to pass on the left. Movement spotted on the left. Platoon leader, ollie to me.
You could literally hear the guy pounding his chest and trying to psych himself up for what he's about to do. Now, the description for this assault, or I guess it was labeled as this is what happens when they hold positions that they already gained, but it seems like they're kind of continuing to try to gain a foothold. So the previous video that I did, I think, was just the initial assault to gain a foothold, and then they're continuing to hold that position while also kind of still advancing within the general area that they were in the previous video.
Friendly. Grenade. Go down. Come on, come on. We're in the trench. Jump. Turn left. Go F yourself.
If you listen to that part back, I think what tunes this soldier into understanding or realizing that there's somebody within a reasonable proximity to him, or an enemy within a reasonable proximity to him, is you can hear somebody yelling out and saying something. Obviously, if you were in that position as, the good guy or the bad guy, you wouldn't want to yell out first, right? You would want to shoot first. So I'm inclined to believe that that person that was yelling was probably yelling to a fellow soldier, not realizing that these Ukrainians were creeping up on his position here.
Hey, you motherfucker.
That's one reason why, or the main reason why, I don't like when I hear soldiers yelling in combat. Some of it is like they're trying to be motivational. They're yelling either vulgar things or like they're excited, like, let's go. To me, it bugs me because I'm always thinking in that like tactical mindset, and they could be anywhere, and every little thing counts. And I don't know what he was saying, but that could have been an instance where that was the case.
Covering.
So the point man in front of him got out of ammo or ran out of ammo and called for cover, and now he's covering him while he's reloading.
Cover. Take it, brother. I'm covering. Come on, brother. I'm covering. And we're passing. Commander, I'm Colden, via Russian radio possible automatic grenade launcher at work. How was it received? What's there? Gun was jammed.
I know a lot of people are going to have an issue with how close he's firing to his head, and you definitely don't want to be that close. I mean, the general rule is a meter, about 3 feet, is the distance that you could give yourself in a combat situation to engage a target within the vicinity of your muzzle or your round passing by a fellow soldier. The only thing I could say is desperate times call for desperate measures, and you certainly wouldn't have somebody you didn't know, didn't trust, or wasn't trained, or was the new guy in a number 2 position moving through the trench. Just things kind of happen that way. It's obviously not ideal, but we can't see what they're seeing, and you have to balance the necessity to do that as they're moving around here.
On the left. ++ received. Damn bastard.
Something that you'll notice or try to notice on the screen here is markings on the tree. So obviously that is going to be a key factor of being able to get around in a location like this, is some type of markings that they're putting on the trees to allow them, kind of like that breadcrumb idea. And as long as they're seeing these every 10 feet, they know that they're moving in the right direction.
What a war.
Notice this path here, right? This may have been some type of dirt road. There's really no trees along this way. This is, again, an obvious terrain feature that you could identify if you see it and know, as long as you're heading the right direction, that you're going to run into what you're looking for, probably.
Brother, hey, how are you? Left leg, tourniquet's not leaking. There's an occlusive dressing here, leaking. It's hard for him to breathe. Is it leaking under it? As far as I can see, no. Or minimally, I think not, but it's all the way to the hip. It's got it, but it's not leaking. MPA, get to him. Brother. What's your call sign? How are you feeling? Adequately. Understood.
Pay attention to the, it's called a litter that they're laying him on, and it's made of this rigid plastic, and once you're on it as the patient and they're able to secure it down to you, it's basically like a sled, and the corners kind of curl up on it, and it's definitely an ideal device to use because you can move them across the ground more efficiently rather than their gun, their gear, their ammo, all these things getting drug on the ground or having to carry them on you. This is one of the best things that you could use in a situation like this where the terrain is what it is. They also have other litters that are softer and do the same thing, but they're not as easy to maneuver unless they are made out of this harder material.
We're ready. All set. Let's go. Moving. Not much longer?
Yeah.
No. Very close, buddy. Almost there. Is he the one, the red critical guy? What? Is he the most critical one? Yeah. Our walking 300 on Muraka. Jump in. Guys, jump in. Yeah, yeah.
And again, you'll notice some of the markings on the trees here. And this is actually pretty cool. They have an advanced forward, like, medical station, I guess you could call it, which isn't something I've really seen before. Typically in the military, the U.S. military, I mean, we have pretty advanced medics on the teams themselves, and then they're just calling in a helicopter, or you're in such close proximity to your forward operating base that it would be a mile to get you to some advanced medical care. But they actually have this as a forward concealed position, covered up very well, dug into the ground, you know, like a trench or a dugout, where they're able to assess them, you know, in advance of what they were treated on the battlefield, before actually getting them to, you could say, like a professional medical location, like a doctor or something like that.
Your feet there. How far? That's it. We're here, buddy. We're here.
Приехали.
And I was wondering where you... Of course, take him, buddy. Take him. Are you here? Here? Breathing? Yeah. Breathe, champ. Good guy. When will they take me from here, huh? Soon. Really? Yeah, buddy.
So one of the things that I believe I'm seeing here, again, hard to tell because it's pretty blurred out, is a nasal pharyngeal, if I'm saying that right, inside of his nose. I didn't see that before. It's possible that they could have put that on him before they put him on the litter and moved him, or they put it on when they got in here. But essentially, that device is just a rubber tube that goes in your nose and down your throat, and the purpose is that if your airways are obstructed, this will allow you the opportunity to kind of get to your lungs and be able to breathe through that device. If you go on the internet, you go on YouTube and put that into YouTube, you'll see a bunch of soldiers or Marines getting that done to them, you know, as a demonstration.
We'll check you out now. Hey, we don't have a stethoscope either? No, everything is fine. You're with medics. They know what to do. Just talk, okay? Yeah, I want to... What do you want to say? Want a milkshake? I just want to live. Want to live? Yeah, you'll live. You're already living, buddy. All good. Occlusive dressing is ready. Oh damn, let's turn it. Go ahead, let's go. Stretcher, stretcher. He needs to be carried in. Right side pneumothorax. Pneumothorax is the needle in place. Yes. The handle, the handle. Take it from that side.
So basically what we're able to tell is he has a tourniquet on one leg, he has a nasal pharyngeal in his nose going down his throat, and he also has a needle decompression on his right side. So he presumably got shot a lot and has some damage done to his lungs. And there's been some time has passed. I don't know what the number is, but we'll just say certainly 10 minutes since it happened, right? It's been quite a while. And if you have somebody stable with that set of injuries and they're alert and still talking, and we're here at this point here, I mean, that's a really good sign. In the previous video that I did, I think it was, we had an injury, very similar injury, and they couldn't, not to say that the needle decompression is what he needed, or whether or not it would have even helped. But he, within minutes after being shot there, he was no longer capable of, surviving at that point.
All set. Close it. Go.
Ой.
There's more to come.
It's not that you necessarily have a lot of time once you hear the artillery coming. You know, maybe it's a second or a second and a half, but if I happen to be near a hole of some sort, I might want to jump in there. I think it's probably unlikely that an artillery shell will hit in that same hole, so it's probably the safest place you could be.
Left.
Again, looking out here, you heard him yell left, right? So what is he looking for? He's looking for that terrain feature, that opening in the forest just off of the road that's telling him, hey, when I get here, I need to start going this direction.
Ah! Ah!
I think he's just taking a break here. I don't think they're actually where they need to be quite yet, but it's going to fade out here in a second. I talked about that earlier, moving long distances. I mean, you're going to have to take pauses to get yourself back up and ready to go.
Все, полетели.
All right, let's go.
Snickers. Нет, це not.
No, it's nuts.
Так, аби мене не...
Yeah, so no one kills me.
Куда?
Damn, where am I going?
Now, the reason that this soldier is moving around like this isn't quite clear, but you're going to see him encounter several enemy bodies that I'm definitely going to be blurring. I don't even think it's blurred on here because you can only see like an arm and leg or whatever. So if you want to view that, you can go in the link in the description. You can go over to my previous channel that's demonetized, and I'll have it unblurred there for you so you can view it there.
Один де лежить. Здорово, братан.
There's another one here
І тут.
and two here.
I guess it is a little bit more blurred in the original video than I remember it being. However, it's going to be more blurred in the version that you're seeing. I appreciate everyone's interaction with helping me build this channel. The next combat review video that I have is probably the most dramatic video. So if that's something that you want to see, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and don't forget to feed the algorithm down below.